Plant a radish, get a radish, never any doubt. That's why I love vegetables, you know what you're about. Plant a turnip, get a turnip, maybe you'll get two. That's why I love vegetables, you know that they'll come through. While with children it's bewildering, you don't know until the seed is nearly grown just what you've sown. I actually screwed up the last line. Let's try that last one again, since this is my Broadway debut. While with children, it's bewildering. You don't know until the seed is nearly grown just what you've sown. Yes. So much better. Those lyrics are from the musical The Fantastic. Dads, your Father's Day present today was me singing. But certainly they do capture a bit of something of what it's like to be a dad. Like gardening, fatherhood is hard work. Ask any gardener. Ask any parent. Yet as the song names so well, with gardening at least, there's a little more predictability. Plant a beanstalk, get a beanstalk just the same as Jack. Then if you don't like it, you can always take it back. But if your issue doesn't kiss you, then I wish you luck. For once you've planted children, you're absolutely stuck. The point is, see, dads are going. The point is, one of the sufferings of being a dad is how little control, how absolutely little control he has. It's perhaps one of the hardest things. And it's one of the hardest things about being a mom, too. And as a matter of fact, I'd say it's one of the hardest things about love, trying to love at all. For any human being in all of history who's ever tried to care for another human being, one of the hardest things is there's so little of the outcome we can ever really control. Today's gospel names just a bit of the mystery at the heart of this growth. In Jesus' words, as if a man were scattered seed on the land and would sleep and rise at night and day, and through it all the seed would sprout and grow, he knows not how. Of its own accord the land yields fruit, first the blade, then the ear, then the full grain of the ear. There is certainly much beyond what the farmer, what any dad really can ever control. Yet we must do our best. A dad's role is crucial. Children need a dad. Children need a dad who isn't an absentee landlord, but's involved in their life and spends time and with their kids and nurtures their kids and nurtures in them the values he trusts that are essential to the fulfillment of their lives. Children need a dad who doesn't shame them, but rather encourages them and affirms them. Children need a dad who doesn't make them into who he is, to take on his agenda, what he thinks they should do with their future and their lives, but who celebrates who they are in all their uniqueness, differences, and all. These are hard tasks. And no dad, none of us actually in any loving relationship in our lives ever does it perfectly, ever. Sometimes the most important thing a dad can ever say, really, to help repair the wounds of his own imperfection or his own lacking or his own mistakes, the most important thing a dad can ever do is just to say, I'm sorry. And for dads who have the courage and the humility to say, I'm sorry, the repairing can begin. Dads, like the farmer, you are a facilitator of growth. Just a facilitator. You can't make it happen. You're just a facilitator of growth. Yet as important as your role is to facilitate that growth, there are no guarantees that even if you do your absolute best, there are no guarantees of the outcome of your fathering. While the farmer plants a carrot, goes to bed each night, and gets a carrot, you have no idea, absolutely no idea how your kids are going to turn out. You have no assurance that they're going to be good, contributing citizens or men and women of faith. Heck, you have no idea if they're even going to be still living in your basement when they're 60. And because the human being is free, because the human being, that human being you love, is free, they can always go in a different direction than what you have nourished in them. That's what makes it so bewildering, this thing called father. That's what makes it so perplexing, this thing called love, and oftentimes confusing. You have no, but yet, through it all, you have to guarantee one thing. You have to guarantee their freedom. Their freedom. Dads, moms, and all of us who've ever tried to love, we have to guarantee the freedom of this other. The freedom to even screw up their lives, because it's the same freedom that also allows them to be great. This letting go for the sake of their freedom is a tough, tough thing. If they mess up, unlike a row of corn, you can't plow these under and start over again. Yet even though we're called to do our best at this, the most precious responsibility a person could ever be given is that each dad must also trust God. Must also trust there's a power at work beyond their own greatest efforts, beyond their own weaknesses. Perhaps the Fantastics got it right. Plant a carrot, get a carrot, not a Brussels sprout. That's why I love vegetables. You know what they're about. While with progeny, it's hodgepodgeny. For as soon as you think you know what kind you've got, it's what they're not. To the kids of any age, and that's all of us, right? Let's make great choices with that freedom. Let's make great choices with that freedom that would make our dads living on earth or in heaven proud. Proud of what we've become with our lives. I'm not very good at gardening. I probably would have been a not very good dad too. Certainly today, I take my hat off and give a bow to my brothers, to my brothers, to my brothers who take this seriously and work so hard to grow healthy and loving and vibrant adults. To you, I simply say, thank you. For when it comes to vegetables, they're dependable, they're befriendable, they're the best pal a parent's ever known. While with children, it's bewildering. You don't know until the seed is nearly grown just what you've sown.